Hi, Stu. I'm going to give you a demo of creating a Killer Joe in Band in a Box, and I think that will show you a lot of the things that I know. Killer Joe's a little bit difficult because it has a set rhythm pattern for during the melody for the A and the C section in the intro, and it also has a halftime fill in the B section during the melody, but for the rest of the song, it's just a swing through that B section. So I'm not going to use any repeats. I'm going to make one really long uh, chord progression here with no repeats. So I have to do a little calculating, and it's a 32 bar form. So I'm going to have three repeats: melody, and then a solo section, and then the melody again. And then we have the intro also, so that's 4 bars. So we got 32 times 3 is 96, plus the 4 bars is 100, and we'll have an 8-bar tag at the ending. I'm looking at a chart from the New Reel 1 book, or is it the New Reel 2? New Reel 1. And so here we go. So to input, I just click on the cell I want to put in, and I just simply type C13. I have to use the numbers from the keyboard, not the numeric pad. Band in the Box doesn't recognize the numeric pad. And I just push the enter key. Push enter again to get to the next cell, and I'm going to put B flat 13. And I'll do that again a couple more times. And B flat 13. So there I have it. And I'm going to click and drag over that, and Control C for copy, or you can go to the edit menu to get copy too, and Control V for paste. So now I'm going to use these first 4 bars as the intro. So the song's going to start right here. And I already went in and picked a style, but what you do is you click style. Let me go back and show that again. So it's right here, this style button. You click style. I'll usually go in and filter and set it to my tempo. Let me cancel here. I haven't set my tempo yet. I'm going to go here. You set the tempo right here. This song is at about 110. So I'm going to double click in here, and I'm just going to change this to 110 and say OK. So now I'm going to go back to style. Click filter. I'm going to set it to 110. And I'm only going to do MIDI styles right now because that's mostly what you're going to be working with. And I went to swing because this song's in swing, and I had found this Darren style worked okay. It has for the A setting, it has the bass in 2, which we want for our B section of our song, and then for the B setting, it has it in 4, which will be a walking bass line. So I'm going to say OK, and now I'm going to continue to enter the chords here. So every time you have one of these markers here, see there's the blue one, that's going to be in 2. The green one's going to be in 4 for this particular style. And every time you have a marker, it's going to put a little fill, the drum fill, right before it gets, so in this measure we'll have a drum fill. So that's one of the things that adding markers do. So if I wanted a drum fill right here, I could put another marker there, make it green so it's still the same style, and there'll be a drum fill there. So let's see. So this song, we're going to have another 8 bars because there's a repeat of this. And I'll leave this. I'll leave this here again, so we'll get a little fill. And now we go into a new section, which is going to be in 2. And I'm going to start entering these chords: E minor 7, flat 5. I'm pushing the enter key, typing A7, flat 9. Pushing the enter key twice. E flat minor 7, enter. A flat 9, enter. A flat 13, flat 9, inner A13, inner G flat slash A flat, inner A flat 7, enter that, E minor 7, enter that, A13 flat 9. There I have the bridge. Oh yeah, I need to change the number of bars. So where you change the number of bars is right here. And remember we said we were going to make it 108 bars. Normally you wouldn't have it be that long because you could use repeats, but just because of the having this section in 2 during the melody and having it in 4 during the solos, I've just chosen to make this a really long with no repeats. There might be another way to do that, but I don't know. I might be able to figure it out, but I don't want to. This is quicker for me. So I'm going to paste, oops, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. And so there we have the whole form. So that's the first melody section. I'm going to copy this entire section. And now we're into the solo section. I'm going to paste it here. But remember, I didn't want 2 during the solo section, so I'm going to change that button from blue to green. That would be in 2. That's in 4. I'm going to paste again that whole section. Trying to get a bearing of where I am here. Okay, so now we're back into the melody section from here to here, and then I'm going to, this will be the tag at the end, and where it repeats and fades. Here's where you set how many repeats you want, and I'm not going to do any repeats, so it's just like that. And there, now we have the song in there, and we can play it. I wanted to show you these. I have this muted already from something I was working on previously. So let's let them all play, and we're gonna take a listen to it. It's kind of good to work in MIDI when you're entering chords, because you don't have to wait for the real tracks to load every time you make a change and hit play. So here's what we got so far. It counts you in. See, so there's some horn part going that I don't want, so I'm going to start. It wasn't there. Let's see if it's here. It's not there. Let's see if it's here. They actually had it under what was called the guitar. So you can right-click these and mute anyone you wanted. So if you were a bass player, you can get rid of the bass and play along with just piano or drums. Or if you wanted to get rid of the piano. So you can get rid of whatever you want with just a right click and selecting. I'm going to bring the piano back. So that's our first step of the song. I'm going to pause right now. I'm going to go do something else. I'll be back and show you what else I'm going to do to finish this off. Okay, Stu, I'm back, and the next step that I want to take is I want to create those rhythm figures, the dotted quarter note followed by the 8th note. And there's a couple ways to do it. You can't do it easily with Band in a Box, but they do have it. You can go into their notation section, and you can actually notate these notes. It's kind of hard to work with, so I never do that. And what I would do more likely than that is I'd go into another notation software. I use Sibelius, and I notate those notes in there, and then I'd save it as a MIDI file to input it into Sibelius. That's a little bit of work. It's not too bad in this case because there's not too many chords. But the other choice is to just record a guitar part. And that's something that's really handy. I want to show you because you can, when you're practicing, you can record your solos and listen back to give yourself some self-critique. But anyway, so what I want to do is I want to get rid of the piano on the intro in the A section, in the C section of the melody sections of this song. So the first thing I need to do is mute the piano for those sections. So I'm going to click bar 1 here, and I'm going to go to this S, which stands for settings. You can also find that somewhere up in here, but I don't know where it is because I always use it here. And now I go to bar settings and see how it says edit settings for bar 1. This is going to be all courses, which doesn't apply in this case. You can select whichever course you want it to affect. But since I have no repeats, I don't have multiple courses. Now I'm going down here to the piano, and I'm going to just select mute. And I say OK. OK, so you see this little red outline. It's saying that there's some setting that has happened on bar 1. So now starting at bar 1, we're not going to be able to hear the piano. I'll play that. So it's just bass and drums. Even though it's not showing muted here, I'm muting it in the background. And so when we come to here, I want the piano to come back in. So I'm going to click bar 21. And I'm going to go back to settings and go to bar settings. See, it says edit settings for bar 21. I'm going to go to the piano, and I'm going to select back to normal. And say OK. OK. So let's go from bar 17. You can see this little from button here. If you select a bar, I've selected bar 17, you can say play from that bar. So I don't have to listen to the whole thing. So we'll hear 4 bars without piano, then you'll hear the piano come back in. Before I do that, I'm going to mute the piano at bar 29. So the same procedure. I clicked bar 29. I go to settings. I click bar settings. Edit settings for bar 29. I'm going to mute the piano again. Okay. Okay. And then right here, so that's the last C section. It's just 8 bars. Right here we start the solo section, and I want the piano to play during the solo section. So I'm going to click bar 37, go to my settings again, go to bar settings, settings for 37, and I'm going to say bring the piano back to normal. Okay. And so you can see the little red marks here where I've done settings. So starting at bar 17, I'm going to click from, so it starts there. We're going to hear no piano, piano come in, then we're going to hear the piano go off, and then we're going to hear the piano come back right there. So here we go. Yeah, it's giving me a choice to select what bar, and it defaults to the bar that you've clicked. So here we go. So there's the piano, and you can see it went to a 2 feel with the bass because of this blue marker. That and the piano muted right here at 29, and it will come back in at 37. So what I want to do is see this record audio right here. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to record my guitar, and I've got my guitar plugged in already. My volumes are too high. I'll bring my volumes down on my guitar. That should work. So I just click record. just recorded what I just said. And I'm going to keep that take. And now I'm going to play that back. I can click this audio. I can adjust the volume of the guitar. And there we have it. Now I've got that rhythm. I've got that rhythm of the what the chart's doing, or the tune's doing over that A and B section. So let me do one last step here. I'm going to bring in a real track here and see how that works. So I went back into my style picker, and I'm going to show only real styles. And like I said, it takes a little time to load up a real style. And let's see, I think this one's I'm just looking through these to find one that I'm familiar with. It takes a little while to pick these because you'll go through them and try to find, maybe this one will work. Let's try that. You'll go through them and try to find one that works, and a style that works for what you want. And so there's kind of a hunting and pecking. I'm going to try that one. I think that one will work. So let's hear what it sounds with a real style. And notice after I click play here, it's going to take a second. Well, it's probably going to take 10 seconds to load up. That's what it's doing up here. Still loading. See right here, 87%. There it goes. Bring the guitar down. It seems to be quieter than the stop that, and let's just hear the very ending. Well, I didn't record a guitar part at the ending, but let's see if we what it sounds like as it ends. I went in here and I had selected, oh yeah, I'm going to use a 4-bar fade out. Let's see how that works. I don't know if it just works for real tracks or not, but let's see if that works. And I'm going to go from yeah, bar 93. It's going to have to load up again. Oh, that was pretty quick. Oh, maybe not. It's doing something. It looks like it's loading. 85%. Oh, cool. It did do the fade out. I should get rid of the ending, which would be just going in here and saying that, and hopefully at that point it would work. So there you have it. Let me close this video. It's getting very long. Sorry about that. And I hope that helps. I think we went over quite a few things here. I guess I would say that I would probably record the guitar over the melody again for the end of the song, but you already saw how that works. Okay, there you go.